Vice-Chancellor, fellow council members, staff of the university, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, to all of you, I extend a warm welcome to this important and happy occasion. To diplomats, graduands and graduates, I offer congratulations and best wishes. The University of Newcastle is a fine institution committed to international excellence in teaching and learning, research and research training and service. It is also committed to working in partnership with students, with the community, commerce and industry for local, national and global enrichment. The university's record of achievement, particularly in research, is outstanding. In 1997, the research funding base increased by 18% to a total of $24 million. The university ranked 9th out of 36 public universities in Australia in terms of its research grant income. An increase of $3.2 million for medical research projects in 1998 put the university 7th in Australia on the basis of new grants awarded. I think you'll agree, an astonishingly good performance. In 1997, the university also launched 2 new special research centres in the Faculty of Engineering and an Indigenous higher education centre, Umaliko, in the Faculty of Arts and Social Science. This research centre is only one of 5 established in 1997 under the auspices of the Australian Research Council Indigenous Education Centres program. This is an exceptional performance which reflects the quality of the research being conducted here by the university staff. More generally, these achievements are also significant because there is an important relationship between teaching and research. Good research and research outcomes feeds into and informs the content and currency of teaching. Graduates of the University of Newcastle can therefore be confident that the curriculum that they have studied reflects current thinking and cutting-edge technologies. Education today is about the acquisition of lifelong learning skills. Today is an important beginning, but it's not the end. I believe that the awards to be conferred upon our diplomats, graduates and graduates today will qualify them to make significant contributions in the local, national and, in the case of some, the international community. I take this opportunity to remind those receiving their testaments today that as diplomats and graduates of the university, you automatically become members of Convocation. You thus join more than 45,000 other graduates and have an opportunity through elected representatives to become involved in the governance and activities of the university. By the authority conferred upon me by the Council, I will now formally confer academic awards. Will all candidates for admission to degrees and other awards please stand? In the name of the Council and by my authority as Chancellor, I confer the awards specified in the programme on all those graduands, graduates and diplomats who are present today, and in absentia on those unable to be present. Would you like to sit? Thanks. I now call on the Dean of the Faculty of Education to present a diplomat and graduates from that faculty.
Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Education in the specialisation of Early Childhood Education, Angela Coleman. Natalie Coomber. Craig Darcy. Erica Fernance. Peter Goodall. Elizabeth Ingram. Barbara James. Melissa Makepeace. Vicky McIntyre. Sophia Nolan. Belinda Robinson. Joanne Steele. Lisa Thornton. Charlene Wilkins. Barbara Zozarek. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Education in the specialisation of Early Childhood Education with Honours Class 2, Division 2, Megan Kidd. Susan Wicks. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Education in the specialisation of Early Childhood Education with Honours Class 2, Division 1, Alison Davis. Jocelyn Fluke. Janice McCoy. Karen Minter. Angela Perrott. Lyndall Ross. Tony Watson. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Education in the specialisation of Early Childhood Education with Honours Class 1. Kay Darmy. Margaret Grozdanovsky. Sylvia Reynolds. Kylie Tarrant. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Education in the specialisation of Primary Education. Philippa Armstrong. Christy Bruce. Carol Callanan. Joanne Delaney. Angela Field. Amanda Gay. Heidi Gilbert Green. John Glossop. Carly Gray. Natalie Gurr. Rebecca Henderson. Deborah Hetherington. Karen Lane. Justin Lobsey. Melissa McCudden. Sonia McLeod. Carla McMillan. Ewan Neild. Thea O'Sullivan. Trisha Pagani. Sherry Ann Pinson. Nicole Pitt. Alison Reid. Kylie Rose. Jodie Rostron. Matthew Sharman. Renee Sherman. Rebecca Slevin. Tanya Strang. Monica Tonkin. Beth Urquhart. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Education in the specialisation of Primary Education with Honours Class 2, Division 2, Tamara Black. Lee Candelario. Michelle Cleary. Natalie Day. Kelly Cherie Garnsey. Lisa Godwin. Amanda Hughes. Rochelle Caraman. Anne-Marie Langley. Lisa McLaughlin. Loretta Rapa. Melissa Rudman. Suzanne Thomas. Cindy Wallace. Tracy White. Kim Wilson. Alison Wright. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Education in the specialisation of Primary Education with Honours Class 2 Division 1, J. Cooper. Megan Cross. Kirsty Dudley. Meg Hogan. Catherine Hoare. Natalie Kinross. Katrina Korsch. Stephen Lennox. Renee Letham. Sarah Moffat. Christine Ribeiro. Janelle Rickard. Teresa Sokolsky. Melissa Tickle. Karen Walker. Emma Wallace. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Education in the specialisation of Primary Education with Honours Class 1, Christy Graham. Lisa Hartley. James Morris. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Education in the specialisation of Special Education, Mary Kopas. Melinda Ferguson. Angela Hawken. Orla Healy. Leanne Johnston. Katrina Kemp. David Lattimore. Jeffrey Minton. Marianne O'Connor. Darryl Spriggs. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Education in the specialisation of Special Education with Honours Class 1, Jocasta Nichols. Nicole Pitts. Chancellor, I present to you candidates who have satisfied the requirements of the award of the Diploma in Education in the specialisation of Primary Education. Karen Barry. Annabelle Kapp. Sarah Gentle. Belinda Saylor. Danuta Rain. Megan Scriven. Easter Valepa. Chancellor, I present to you candidates who have satisfied the requirements of the award of the Diploma in Education in the specialisation of Primary Education with merit. Claire Buckley. Cheryl Kerwin. Gina Molyneux. Kristen Pettit. Bethany Scott. Chancellor, I present to you a candidate who has satisfied the requirements of the award of the Diploma in Education in the specialisation of Secondary Education with merit. Paula Briner. Chancellor, I present to you candidates who have satisfied the requirements of the award of the Graduate Diploma in Educational Studies in the specialisation of Special Education. Helen Drinkwater. Marilyn Killick. Chancellor, I present to you a candidate who has satisfied the requirements of the award of the Graduate Diploma in Educational Studies in the specialisation of Special Education with merit. Yvette Fulton. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Master of Early Childhood Education. Elizabeth Birch. Rashifar Campson. Nolene Scully. Judith Willoughby. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Master of Educational Studies, Anne Duggan. Stephen Ferguson. Christopher Harrison. Paul Johnson. Andrew Mathers. Neil McElveeney. David Potter. Roger Steele. Yvette Sullivan. Anne-Louise Taylor-Goldsmith. Sarah Thompson. Ariane Triggs. Margaret Walker. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Master of Leadership and Management in Education, Donald Adams. Terence Lear. Vicky Ryan. Dominic Whitcomb. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Master of Special Education, Nicholas Babick. Leanne Chambers. Cherry Connett. Robin Cox. Doreen Dalton. Come on, one Inaram. David Jack. Peter Lacey. Vicky McClear. Kim McIntyre. Michelle Monk. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Master of Special Education in the specialisation of Sensory Disability. Julie Bangura. Robin Brayley Smith. Kirsten Harris. Belinda Kelly. Karen Leach. Karen Marsh. Christine Parker. Barbara Rufus. Maria Sinkovic. Jane Wiggins. Cheryl Wyatt. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of graduates from the Faculty of Education.
I now call on the Dean of the Faculty of Economics and Commerce to present diplomats and graduates from that faculty.
Chancellor, I present to you candidates who have satisfied the requirements for the award of Diploma in Computing Studies. Andrew Baker. Christopher Hutchinson. Simon Williams. Nathan James Wright. Chancellor, I present to you graduates for the degree of Bachelor of Information Science. Elton Brown. Mark Elliott. Benjamin Frawley. Matthew Halpin. John Hurd. Rachel Higgs. Phoebe Hines. Christian Hobson. Darren Huff. Benjamin Howell. Gregory Hislop. Bat Law. Paul McKee. Linda Parker. Andrew Plum. Darrell Smith. Stephen Treadgate. Matthew Walbridge. Ian Winpenny. Aaron Whitman. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Law and Administration. Evelyn Buckworth. Louise Parker. Chancellor, I present to you candidates who have satisfied the requirements for the award of Graduate Certificate in Business Administration. Bilal Bucks. Amir Mitro. Earl Rennie. Sandeep Sethi. Chancellor, I present to you candidates who have satisfied the requirements for the award of Graduate Diploma in Business Administration. Vikram Bahal. Narong Ekwong Virayaya. Po Lee. Jaideep Nambia. Kamaljit Sandhu. Eric Sklefsrud. John Sullivan. Somkid Taipan. Barry Wybon. Mei-Ling Yang. Chancellor, I present to you candidates who have satisfied the requirement for the award of Graduate Diploma in Economic Studies. Philip Mbuni. Jennifer Tuckerman. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Master of Business Administration. Michael Carter. Paul Crawford. Brian Davies. David Hale. John Jordan. Adrian Mason. Alison Prigg. Gregory Schumacher. Frederick Stansfield. Anne Vertigan. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of diplomats and graduates from the Faculty of Economics and Commerce.
I call on the Deputy Vice-Chancellor Research to present research higher degree candidates.
Chancellor, the degree of Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to a graduate who has successfully completed a prescribed program of study, principally of research. A thesis embodying the outcomes of the research is the principal basis of examination. The degree is only awarded if the thesis makes a significant and original contribution to knowledge and understanding of the field of knowledge with which it is concerned. Today, the University is proud to honour Doctor of Philosophy graduates who have satisfied these rigorous criteria for the award of the degree. Chancellor, I present to you Margaret McLaughlin, Bachelor of Arts, Master of Educational Studies, Master of Education of this university. Dr. McLaughlin's thesis is entitled Making the Literacy Connection. A researcher-teacher investigates the literacy journeys of adult basic education students. Chancellor, I present to you Diane Soltau, Bachelor of Arts and Master of Education of the University of New England. Dr. Soltau's thesis is entitled An Examination of Student and Teacher Perceptions of the Disadvantaged Schools Program, Applications and Outcomes in the Hunter region of New South Wales. Chancellor, I present to you Susan Spedding, Bachelor of Education and Master of Special Education of this university. Dr. Spedding's thesis is entitled Phonological Processing, Word Level Processing and Reading Competence of Good and Poor Readers in Grades 2 to 5, a Longitudinal Perspective. Chancellor, I present to you Mark Bunt, Bachelor of Computer Science and Bachelor of Mathematics at this university. Dr. Bunt's thesis is entitled Kernel-Based Methods for the Estimation of Discontinuous Functions. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of research higher degree candidates.
I now call upon the Vice-Chancellor to present a candidate for an honorary degree.
Chancellor, I have pleasure in presenting to you Dr. Marinus Carl Edward van Gent for admission to the degree of Doctor of the University. Chancellor, Ren van Gent was born and grew up in Utrecht in the heart of the Netherlands, its fourth largest city in the middle of the Second World War. Dr. van Gent's leadership capacities were evident at a young age. He was on the board of student committees, on the editorial committee of the school journal. He actively participated in the school drama group and also excelled in sports, in particular volleyball. He was always eager for new experiences and entrepreneurial at an early age. As a secondary school student, for example, he had all kinds of jobs after school and during vacations, not only to make money but also to get work experience and to explore a great variety of work settings. In 1962, he started studying economic sciences at the University of Amsterdam, where he obtained his Master of Arts in 1967. He received the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Economic Sciences from that university in 1980. His research topic was the voucher concept and the publicness of basic education. Dr. van Gent's career reflects a strong interest in education, in linking research to policy development and in international affairs and relations. He has worked in the academic and in the business world, in public administration and in international organisations, within and outside the Netherlands. Dr. van Gent started his career as a lecturer in the Faculty of Economics at the University of Amsterdam. In 1970, he assumed the post of Head of Program Directorate for Scientific Affairs at the Organisation for Economic Cooperation and Development in Paris. In 1974, he returned to the Netherlands, where he took up the post of Deputy Secretary of the Scientific Council for Government Policy in The Hague. During that time, he received the Australian European Award, 1978, an award of the Australian Government, which involved a 6-month stay in Australia, where he lectured on economics of education at universities in Canberra, Sydney, Melbourne and Perth, and advised the National Schools Commission on the economics of education. In 1980, he assumed a management function in public administration when he became Deputy Director of the Provincial Administration of the Province of Limburg. In 1984, he became Executive Director of an international real estate development and management company. In 1988, he took office as the Executive Director of the Bernard Van Leer Foundation, where he could make good use of the experience and insights acquired in his earlier jobs. Throughout his career, Dr. Van Gent has been involved in a great number and variety of additional activities, comprising, amongst others, consultancies to the OECD, UNESCO, the International Institute for Educational Planning of the European Union, editor of magazines, member of the board of numerous not-for-profit and charitable organisations, and member of the supervisory board of a number of commercial companies. In his capacity as Executive Director of the Bernard Van Leer Foundation, he is on the board of the US Council of Foundations and Chairman of its International Committee. And he is also on the board of the European Foundation Centre. He has also published extensively on economic and management issues, public administration, education, and migration. As Executive Director of the Bernard Van Leer Foundation, Dr. Van Gent has stressed the importance of working towards sustainability of projects supported by the Foundation, self-evaluation to monitor project development and assess effectiveness, cooperation between the public and private sectors, networking as a self-learning tool and as a means of sharing and disseminating experience, recording the process in order to share experience and inform and influence policy and practice, and putting early childhood on the agenda by stressing the importance of investing in the development of young children and presenting effective strategies of supporting their optimum development. Since he joined the Bernard Van Leer Foundation, Dr. Van Gent has endeavoured to develop a leading role for the Foundation in the area of early childhood development and in the world of charitable foundations internationally. He has promoted responsible grant making and generated maximum support for creating the best possible development opportunities for children in the belief investing in children is investing in the future of society. Since 1986, the Bernard Van Leer Foundation has contributed $1.75 million to the University of Newcastle in supporting the Hunter Caravan Project and the National Dissemination Program of the Family Action Centre. These two programs have pioneered work with mobile communities and assisted in getting the needs of these communities onto the national agenda. Under his leadership, the Foundation has encouraged the Family Action Centre to develop flexible and creative strategies based upon sound community development principles. The Family Action Centre now has a successful track record of programs which attract national and international attention and replication. In 1991, Dr. Van Gent obtained an honorary doctorate of social development from the Universidad del Norte, Barranquilla, Colombia, in recognition of the contribution of the Bernard Van Leer Foundation to the advancement of early childhood care and development. Chancellor, it is with great pleasure that I present to you Dr. Marinus Carl Edward Van Gent, Master of Arts and Doctor of Philosophy from the University of Amsterdam, and Honorary Doctor of Social Development of the Universidad del Norte, Barranquilla, Colombia, for the award of the degree of Doctor of the University.
By the authority delegated in me by the Council, I hereby admit Dr. Marinus Karel Eduard van Gent to the degree of Doctor of the University. We will now have a musical interlude presented by the Faculty of Music String Quartet. They will play the slow movement of Haydn's Emperor Quartet. Thank you very much to the Faculty of Music String Quartet. I would now like you to welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Van Gent, who will deliver the occasional address.
Mr. Chancellor, Mr. Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, graduates, friends of the Family Action Centre, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to congratulate this year's graduates in education and in economics and commerce. Yesterday, each of you was still a student. Today, you are a graduate, and tomorrow you will be an alumnus of this university. It is a great honor for me to be here this afternoon and to be admitted to the academic community of this distinguished university. The University of Newcastle will, as of today, also be my alma mater, and I shall refer to this with pride. I have always had strong personal ties with your country. It was 20 years ago, in 1978, that I received the Australian European Award from your government, which meant that I spent close to 6 months lecturing in different Australian universities on the economics of education. The honorary doctorate that has been bestowed on me is actually a tribute to the work of the Bernard van Leer Foundation, an international foundation based in the Netherlands. Established in 1949, the foundation supports innovative approaches in the domain of early childhood development for socially and culturally disadvantaged children from birth to 8 years of age. It currently supports approximately 140 major projects in some 45 developing and industrialized countries in Europe, Africa, the Americas, Asia, and Oceania. As its executive director, I am proud to accept this doctorate, not so much for myself, but rather as an award that honors the work we do on behalf of young children disadvantaged all over the world, and not least in Australia. I will therefore use my time to present the Bernard van Leer Foundation and its work to you, and I'll try to do this in a way that is interesting for graduates in both education and economics. Let me start with the basics. Children are at their most vulnerable when they are very young. It is during the first few years of their lives that they most need our love and care. And these are also the years when we can influence them most. Also, it is during the early years that they develop rapidly, physically, emotionally, socially, intellectually. And if we do not give them the attention they need, they will fail to flourish and will have problems in later years. Quite simply, this is a crucially important time. It is also through the next generation that a society transmits its values, its cultures, and its traditions, and thereby ensures its continued existence. The values, attitudes, and characteristics that children acquire during their first years will last throughout life. If we invest in the healthy development of young children, then we are investing in their future, in the future of their families, their communities, and their society. If you, educators and economists, want to invest in human resources, this really is the age group that matters. In that sense, we certainly put our money where our mouth is. For the last 35 years, the Bernard van Leer Foundation has concentrated on just one single domain, providing financial and technical support to innovative approaches in early childhood development. The specific activities we support show an enormous variety. They include initiatives that are concerned with migrant children, children and violence, resilience in children, isolated children, children from indigenous populations, the transition from preschool to primary education, non-formal preschool centers, integrated home daycare, and home visiting programs that coordinate education, health and nutrition, and so on. All very interesting, I hear you economists say. But how does investing money in young children actually pay dividends? I will tell you. International research shows that stimulating early childhood development generates social and economic benefits both for the individual and for society, and furthermore will lead to lower overall public expenditure, particularly welfare expenditure. How precisely? Investments in young children will lead to lower dropout rates in primary education, to higher enrollments in primary education, to lower retention rates throughout schooling, to less remedial teaching, to a better transition to secondary education, and even to less youth delinquency and less teenage pregnancy. I'm not going to do the obvious thing here. Instead, I'll let you think about the benefits that are likely to go on accruing as children move into maturity and on through their adult lives. What I will do is to tell you something about the benefits that accrue to adults here and now as their children participate in early childhood development programs. And I'll do that by focusing on one useful consequence of a common reality, namely that governments only play a very small part in providing services for very young children. Most governments are much more concerned with formal, compulsory primary education, and that leaves a gap. That gap can be filled by strengthening the role of parents as the prime educators of their children, something that is in itself highly desirable, and by strengthening the role of local communities in supporting early childhood activities. It's a matter of promoting awareness among parents and communities about children's developmental needs and about how they can respond to these. So, what are the benefits then that accrue to adults here and now? Quite simply, involving parents and other members of the community in actively supporting the healthy development of young children leads to their increased self-confidence and self-reliance. As a foundation, we see how in all parts of the world the involvement of parents in early childhood development is an excellent entry point to the promotion of community development per se. A member of a community in Latin American project once expressed it very well, and I quote, "We grow up together with our children," end quote. So far, I have talked about our support for innovative, low-cost, community-based projects for young children. I should add that we do not organize or manage projects ourselves. Rather, we work with partners in the countries where the projects are located. These local partners, which can include government departments, local municipalities, academic institutions, and voluntary organizations, are responsible for the development, implementation, and management of the project, and also contribute a proportion of the costs in terms of both funding and services. A key objective in the initiation and implementation of projects is that the effectiveness of the work they succeed in developing will last long after the foundation has withdrawn from the project. Hence, long-term sustainability is a strategic objective in our work. But this is only part of the story. We have a second prong to our strategy, namely to influence policy and practice by drawing on relevant project experiences and sharing this with a wider audience through specific products like publications, newsletters, videos, and international seminars and conferences. To put this in economists' terms, you could say that by tapping its experiential knowledge base, the foundation creates a leverage on its field-based program. And while I have the attention of the economists, perhaps I should tell you where the foundation gets its money. The foundation is the beneficiary of a large Dutch multinational company, Royal Packaging Industries van Leer, working in the domain of both industrial and consumer packaging. The company has a turnover worldwide of approximately 3.5 billion Australian dollars and employs approximately 17,000 people. Australia is a strategically important country for Royal Packaging Industries van Leer, with operating companies at present in Epping, Seven Hills, Melbourne, Brisbane, Perth, Townsville, Marayong, Villawood, Preston and Turguna Albury. The original founder and owner of the company, Bernard van Leer, decided after the Second World War to disinherit himself and his family and children in order to create the foundation. All his capital, now worth approximately 1 billion Australian dollar, was placed in the foundation to serve broad humanitarian purposes. This capital is for the largest part invested in the company as equity, and in this way the foundation can, instead of directly consuming the capital, use its revenues for charitable activities. In practice, this means that the company pays approximately 40% of its net profit as a dividend to its shareholder annually, and the foundation is the majority shareholder. For Australia, the good news is that in accordance with its statutes, when the foundation spends its income, it gives preference to countries in which the Van Leer Group of companies is established. The foundation has a long history of grant making in Australia, starting in 1964. Over the last 20 years alone, approximately 13 million Australian dollars has been earmarked by the foundation to support projects in your country. There are three main groups on which the foundation has focused during the last years. First of all, Aboriginal children. At present, we support a project with Bachelor College, located south of Darwin, that is a unique institute for tertiary education of Aborigines from remote, tradition-oriented communities. The aim of this project is to develop and evaluate a curriculum for preschool teachers which meets the need of remote Aboriginal communities and is forging links to generate support from government agencies. Another current project with Aboriginal children and their families is in Alice Springs and surroundings. The general aim of this Aboriginal-controlled project is to develop, field test, implement and assess a culturally appropriate early childhood curriculum in the Arende language, a major Aboriginal language in Central Australia. The Northern Territories government recognized this as a breakthrough curriculum and accredited it at the end of 1997. The second group the foundation has focused on were children in isolated areas. Starting in 1987, the foundation provided funding to Contact Incorporate to establish the Contact Children's Mobile based at Wanaring in New South Wales, as you say, beyond Burke. The service provided educational activities for children 0 to 12 years, as well as parent support through distance education and periodic visits to children and parents living in the outback. In 1994, the mobile service, now funded by the Australian federal government, moved to self-management and the name changed to Peru Contact Children's Mobile. In 1996, the project received the so-called Oscar van Leer Award in the Netherlands for its excellence in enabling parents and communities to help young children realize their innate potential. Finally, children in transient forms of accommodation, particularly in caravan parks. The Hunter Caravan Project, implemented by your university, is the major project in this field. It started in 1985 and is now, together with its national dissemination program, which started in 1995, residing within the Family Action Centre. The original Hunter Caravan Project developed a comprehensive service delivery and community development model for caravan park families and caravan park management to operate playgroups, after-school programs and parent education programs. The overall objective of the present dissemination program is to disseminate the project model to other states and regions in Australia and to advocate for the educational needs of young children living in caravan parks all over Australia. The National Dissemination Program has contributed towards the formation of a national network of caravan park workers, a research consortium of 5 universities across the country interested in caravan populations, and the provision of resource materials related to caravan park issues. Besides the Hunter Caravan Project, there is another historic connection between the Bernard van Leer Foundation and Newcastle University. In 1987, the third Eastern Hemisphere seminar, organized by the foundation, took place in Newcastle, hosted by the Newcastle College of Advanced Education. Allow me to say a few words about the Bernard van Leer Foundation as an institution. The Bernard van Leer Foundation is a rather unique example of shaping corporate citizenship in civil society. A civil society in which the government is no longer looked upon as the only or even the principal player in the development and realization of social objectives. On the contrary, we witness a retreat of government that is manifested in a decrease of public resources and by deregulation. In many countries, this has led to the creation of societies in which important roles are now performed by private organizations such as non-governmental organizations and self-help groups, with more opportunities for direct participation and less dependency. This rethinking of the increasing role of civil society also means that the public and the private sector cooperate more closely together and complement each other in meeting the social objectives of society. Obviously, foundations cannot become substitutes for governments. They cannot provide mainstream funding for social services. Neither should they let governments off the hook too easily. Instead, they should complement governments and function as catalysts in processes of change. They can take risks, and they can, in an entrepreneurial way, provide the required social venture capital for opportunities in the social domain. In the case of Van Leer, the contribution to civil society is expressed through an organizational entity. The company and foundation are completely independent from each other in terms of decision-making about their respective activities, but are linked with each other in terms of financial flows. To be more specific, the company, by being a market-driven, very professional private corporation, generates profits through commercial activities in a number of countries. That profit is paid out as dividend to its shareholder, the foundation, and is in a similar professional way plowed back for humanitarian purposes in the same countries. In that sense, we come full circle. The Bernard van Leer Foundation, ladies and gentlemen, and the Family Action Centre of Newcastle University have much in common. They are both inspired by the same notion of contributing to civil society, and they both see that this means being learning organizations. Through the Family Action Centre, the university expresses its institutional responsibility for building community. It does this, among other ways, by supporting family well-being, by advocating for marginalized groups, and by responding to community needs with innovative programs. Done well, this generates a learning loop that also makes this of strategic importance for the university. You, as a university, are not just providing services and expertise. You are on the receiving end as well. Increasingly, institutions and corporations in the world realize that it is enlightened self-interest to define stakeholders, not just in terms of customers and investors, but also in terms of the community to which they belong. I'm impressed by the foresight of this university in considering the community as one of its stakeholders and in contributing expertise and resources for the benefit of the community through the Family Action Centre. We have worked closely together with the Family Action Centre since its creation in 1996. I would like to emphasize that from an international perspective, the Family Action Centre is an extremely interesting and important initiative to create an interface between a university and community it serves. Against this background, you will not be surprised if I say that the Bernard van Leer Foundation from the Netherlands is proud to be associated with you as a funder, as a critical interlocutor, and as a friend. Thank you very much.
What an inspiring one the story of the Bernard van Leer Foundation is. Shows the value of practical Dutch ingenuity applied to giving, to philanthropy. A great story. Dr. van Gent, hartelijk bedankt. I now have great pleasure in inviting Dr. Diane Saltau to speak on behalf of the graduates.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, members of the University Council, staff of the University, my fellow graduates, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very honoured to speak on your behalf, my colleagues, my learned colleagues, and acknowledge we're here today to celebrate our achievements. Each of us holds in our hand, some of us sweaty palms, a gesture and a token of this achievement. We will value this throughout our life. However, the rewards that we have received are far beyond this memento. As students, we have been encouraged, motivated, driven, coerced, directed and helped by a highly professional and committed academic staff. I know I speak for my colleagues in expressing to the staff a special thanks, for they have patiently and consistently fostered in us a commitment to learning and provided the opportunities for us to gain the goals we have sought. As graduates of the University of Newcastle, we leave the university with very mixed feelings. Those of pleasure that we finally got there. We have achieved what we set out to do. But also there is regret that our collegial learning at this time has come to a conclusion. There is a sadness amongst us because it is very special to learn with those who share the belief in lifelong learning and who know how important and how much it means to us and to the people of our future. I have been involved, as has been indicated, with other universities, and I've found that Newcastle University has a special character, perhaps a character close to the character of the Hunter region. Perhaps it's synonymous. I've thought about it very much and thought, what is it about Newcastle University that draws me to it? And I think it's the quality of the educational environment. It's what it has to offer. And we are all part of that. But I think also it's because at Newcastle University it's comfortable and it's encouraged that we make a commitment to learning. Whether we leave the university and we go from here to take up new careers, and some of us have, or different pathways in our lives, our association with Newcastle University has enhanced our quality of life and our opportunities for future growth and for us to continue. But we're different now, and our parents, our families, our friends will attest to this. They see us more often. They know where we live. They don't have to say anymore, do you live here? We have less nocturnal tendencies, or some of us do. Our eyes remain focused for longer, we have less eye strain, for we're not sitting in front of the computer, hunched over it at night, all the time. We're more social and perhaps a little more stressed, not always. I would like to move, on behalf of the student body, a special thanks to our families and our friends who have provided us with eternal patience, and heavens, it was really needed, and support and tolerance, even of our nocturnal habits and our other less desirable student habits, which we will not confess to at this point in time. Our university life has prepared us for a changing world. And I say that sometimes tinged with sadness, because change is the operative word. When I first undertook my training at university, it was expected that I would do my training, take up a career and stay with that for the duration of my working life. However, that was not to be the case, and increasingly it is not the case. Students now find it necessary to extend their learning so that they can access at least 5 different career pathways during their lifetimes. We must commit ourselves to this lifelong learning and set a wide variety of goals for change for the future. Our experiences at Newcastle University have been challenging, and I think sometimes more challenging for those who try and take us on and encourage us, and so we appreciate that. They've been very enjoyable, highly rewarding, and have prepared us for ongoing challenges that our future will inevitably present. I suppose the bottom line, and it's in line with Chancellor's opening statement, this is not the culmination of our learning, but simply a slice in time in terms of lifelong learning. And perhaps the good news for our lecturers who appreciated our positive qualities, and not so good news for those who did not quite find them, but we will be back. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Salto. I was a little worried there in the beginning when you said we were all leaving with mixed feelings. Don't leave, but continue to participate through convocation and follow your example, Doctor, by coming back for some additional learning. But I was heartened by your last sentence. Thank you very much for your speech. Ladies and gentlemen, this ceremony is now concluded. I would like to invite you to be present for refreshments, which will be provided by the University Union and served in the Brennan Room at the University Union.